horsepower V8 twin turbo F90 M5 BMW. Over 30 years ago, the first M5 hit the streets with the E28 back in 1984. And then you had the E34 BMW. And then things started to change with the E39, which was the first V8. It was the first ever to have the quad exhaust that we recognize now. And then there was the E60. And then the car prior to this was the F10 M5. And the F10 M5 is a car that I did lots and lots of miles in myself. The F10 was a phenomenal car, the car that this is replacing. But this M5, although it's a little bit bigger all round in terms of height, width and length, it's lighter, it's definitely faster, it's got more power, and there's one defining difference to any M car that's ever existed before. And that's the fact that this car has an all-wheel drive system. So for you purists that think you only have to have rear-wheel drive, this is a very intelligent system. One, it lets you get the power down straight away, so all these 600 horses, even on these greasy roads, you are catapulted away. But it's got a real bias to the rear wheels as well, and you can adjust that with the controls, or you can very simply set your M modes to favour your perfect driving setup. Stats on the car, 0 to 62 miles an hour in 3.4 seconds, limited to 155 miles an hour, or if you want, you can order the optional driver's package, and you can have it delimited to 189 miles an hour. Good enough for any Autobahn. Now the car sounds good. I say good because it's not quite as characterful as a lot of the other V8s out there. And this one's got the sports exhaust, the optional sports exhaust. And the way you can tell about that, other than listening to the car, is the fact that it's got black tips on the end of the quad exhaust as opposed to standard chrome. And that's an optional extra. But it doesn't sound amazing. Don't get me wrong, you're not going to be too disheartened with hearing this V8 revving, but it's not as in your face as, say, an AMG Mercedes. But I think that's the beauty of this car. It's more subtle. It's not so shouty. It's not so leery and in your face. If you're a company director and you want to hide how much money you've got and how much your company's making from your clients, this is a perfect car to buy, because unless you know, sure you know it's a nice car, sure you know it's special, but you don't know quite how special it is. Without doubt, the most impressive thing about this car is how it gets the power down with this all-wheel drive system. This all-wheel drive system is very special. The roads are icy, there's snow everywhere. They're wet, they're damp. It just defies physics how it can do it. Whatever the conditions, you might get a little bit of a squeak and a squirmish, but that's nice. I think BMW have absolutely cracked it. You've got the stability, you've got the safety, if that's what you want the all-wheel drive for, but you've still got the excitement. And of course, you've got the different modes that you can adjust it if you wish, but you know what? You don't need to. This is a phenomenal setup. The interior feels fantastic, feels very light. It helps that it's a beautiful day. You've got all this glorious sunshine coming in, but it feels very airy, very light. The refinement is fantastic, but it still feels sporty as well. The seats, you would feel so comfortable in driving across the continent in these seats and jumping out and not being in pain on the other side and doubled up with a bad back. I love these little paddle shifters. They just feel so solid. They move around the wheel with the car with the BMW. A lot of cars, they stay fixed, but they feel so solid and they feel that you really want to use it in manual mode. And now standard in the car, you've got this beautiful Alcantara headlining, and on the flip side of that, of course, you have the carbon fiber roof, which comes as standard as well. What a lovely feature that is. So if you're looking for options on this car, you could order the M stitching on your seatbelt if you're that way inclined. Personally, I'll give that one a miss. But what I would order on this car are the carbon ceramic brakes. They are very impressive. You just got this really progressive, solid stopping power. And the way to tell the difference between these carbon ceramics over the standard brakes are these are painted gold. So aesthetically nice, and they certainly do the job as well. It's a big old car, but it doesn't feel big in the slightest. I'm developing a very quick and very beautiful love affair with this car. It really is. It's an amazing everyday car. If ever there was a saying about you can have your cake and eat it, this is the car to do it in. Wow, what a road, what a view, what a car. Wow.